Do you see this video where the Antifa guy is trying to climb the Chase Bank?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
What?
Yeah, he tried.
That was rough.
Did not succeed.
He hit the ground. Can you play that? Are you going to play it?
I'll search for it.
He hit the ground, and then all of a sudden, he started to bleed. I put in air quotes. But
no, it was like
it's black paint, but it looks like blood
I hope
oozing out
he's
from his
okay,
body.
man. Yeah, I don't like
Yeah.
Antifa, but
No,
that's-
he was going to vandalize this building
Oh,
with
I
black
see.
paint, and he fell and he landed on his hip,
and
and
paint everywhere.
the paint starts dripping out. I was like, oh, it looks like oil or something. Like he's a robot at first, and
I mean,
then this girl's like, this guy comes up and he's like, what happened? Where did he fall from? She was like, he landed on his hip. He was like, he fell from his hip. She was like, he landed. Never mind.
She didn't want to say.
She didn't want to tell him.
So,
He was climbing
we
up there.
we have this
never
from
mind where
Andy
he
No.
fell from.
Andy No tweets at a far left anti-capitalism protest today at Chase Bank in Manhattan. A masked protester falls after attempting to climb the building. The black paint he was carrying is spilled all over the ground. So I'm not going to show the actual, because YouTube doesn't want us to, but I'll show you him climbing, because apparently that's okay. And then there's people yelling at him, get down. He's not that high. I'm sorry.
He's like 8 feet up.
Yeah, he's like 8 feet up.
Yeah.
All right. And then he tries to
Splat.
grab onto the awning, falls down, his paint splatters. Here's my favorite part. Call 911.
Immediately.
Isn't it funny? You know what I thought about this? Check it out. The guy slams
You're like,
the
why
ground.
not? Why not a social worker?
Yeah.
No. Here's what I love. But yes. What I love about this is, imagine it's like 1870, and a guy is climbing the front of a bank, and he's like, "Down with capitalism," and then he falls and hits his pelvis. Do you know what the people around him would do?
But
They just walk away.
yeah.
Call for help. And they just leave. They're not. My hip is broken.
Call
wow.
the sheriff.
No one's gonna do
yeah.
anything.
Yeah.
They're gonna walk away from him. It's amazing that we're in today's day and age, and it's so pampered that these LARPers are like, I'm gonna climb the Chase Manhattan. Ah.
It was like the Chase Manhattan security guard. I can't confirm that he worked for Chase, but it was the same guy. It looked like a security guard for the building. Was like, we've called the ambulance. Don't worry. It's like the dude was just about to vandalize your building.
You gotta do the right thing,
Thanks, I
right?
guess.
You know what, man? See, we're so tolerant and accepting of this behavior. I get it. What are we supposed to do? We can't just leave someone there. But I'll tell you this: when I saw that, I'm sorry. I'm gonna say it. I laughed a hearty laugh. You know why?
No.
Because I've fallen from higher, and I watched Jake Brown fall from 2 stories at the X Games,
Oh, wow.
slam onto his hip, get up, and walk out waving while everyone cheered for him. So for those who aren't familiar with what happened there, it was in the 2007, I think it was, or maybe 2006 X Games. Jake Brown's on the mega ramp. It's like 100 feet high drop-in. Then he launches like 70 feet. Then he goes up a 20-foot vert wall. He's like 48 feet in the air. He loses control and slams into the deck. His shoes fly like 50 to 100 feet, just crazy.
Sheesh.
And everyone thought he was dead. I
is-
watched it live, and we were just like, oh my God. And then they walk over to him. They check out his neck and everything. They lift him up, and then he limps out waving to the crowd.
Oh, wow.
This Antifa guy falls 8 feet, and he's going,
Oh, my hip.
They're like, what's wrong? My hip.
He's frail, okay?
He's frail.
nice.
He needs to drink more milk.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there's this weird thing where people have survived falls from extreme heights, but then some people will fall like literally 5 or 6 feet, and they'll sever their spine and die. Like
Yeah.
it's happened.
Dude.
It's really horrible and scary. My friend was in the military, and he was telling me about someone in his unit who was a paratrooper, and his parachute did not open when he jumped out of the plane, and his backup didn't open. Whoa. And he landed, and he survived. He basically shattered all of his bones. But yeah, he survived the fall, which is insane.
Yeah, apparently there's like techniques you can do. I guess they say aim for trees.
Yeah, the way you land.
Oh,
Yep, better than
oh
splattering on the ground.
man,
Yeah,
yeah.
sounds
Let me tell y'all a story. Let's talk about some skateboarding.
Story
See,
time.
I was like 16, and I was skating at a skate park, and there was this we'll just call it a box. It was like 5 feet high, 5 feet off the ground, and then from the top of it there was a gap over another ramp, which is about 5 feet. I spent about an hour. I'm 16. I'm trying to do what's called the backside 180 over this 5 foot high, 5 foot long gap to the ground. Backside is when you're spinning and you can't see where you're going because you're looking behind you. I think I fell like 30 times. And every time I would hit the ground, I'd slip out or I'd, roll. And then finally I landed, rolled away all clean, and everyone's like, oh, and they're all cheering for me. And then literally like a minute after that, some like 7-year-old kid was jumping up and down and frolicking with his mom, slipped on the ground in front of the ramp and broke his ankle.
Oh,
Jeez.
And that's when I was like, man, isn't that weird? It's crazy how like I can jump off this on purpose for like 30 tries. And each time I fall, hit the ground, I just bounce and roll away and get up. And I'm like, oh, I want to try it again.
Well, like
Little kid just
it's
falls.
such a strange thing. Like so My brothers were both in a car accident probably about 10 years ago now on the highway while they were doing 80, and the car was like completely totaled, and they had their seatbelts on, and thank God they survived. But there are people who end up like permanently brain damaged after a literal fender bender.
Yeah.
It's just it's crazy. You never know.
Yeah, dude, it's legit. Yeah, some people like will bang their head just a little bit on like the window, and then it's just like causes damage. But are we basically saying that this Antifa guy has been severely injured, and we must,
I have no idea.
Maybe he got really hurt?
I don't know.
Part
I
of me
didn't see
was
the video.
like, did not want EMS or anything. I was like, that vandal deserves to lay there in pain. But that was like a mean part of me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In
I
a way,
hear
you want to take
No.
care of your enemies as well, like the wounded.
love
no
your
matter
enemies.
who they are.
Yeah.
We in the movie The Patriot with Mel Gibson,
Yes.
he tends to both sides after the
Yeah.
battle, and then the British, because they're evil and they always will be.
The redcoats, exactly.
Basically, burn his house down.
Love you,
because
Brits.
they did it. I'm kidding about the Brits.
You've evolved.
Well,
You've
apparently-
Tim, we know you hate the Brits. I get it.
Apparently, no, there's a big
They were
controversy,
so
I
mad
guess,
at us.
because
Yeah.
in that movie, they depict the British as like really
Like
brutal.
way over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so
they like make them Nazis.
yeah, no, for real.
Pretty
Like he
much,
kills
yeah.
his kid.
Yeah.
He's like, you tended to the wounded, kill his son.
Yeah.
And shoots
Mel
him or
Gibson's
whatever.
great at propaganda.
He is
It
that.
was such American propaganda, that movie. Good movie.
Yeah, I
Great
mean,
movie, yeah.
Massive American
No,
propaganda.
the truth is the British Empire had power, and they were basically the state and telling the Americans who were like, "Yo, leave us alone," what to do, and so conflict breaks out. But anyway, where we how do we get into this?
I have no idea.
treating
where
the
this even
wounded
came
on
from.
the-
Oh
Yes,
yeah,
treating the wounded. Yes.
So actually, I'm conflicted on this too, because there's a difference between like understanding there's a conflict in a war and these people who keep doing this stuff. They don't stop, and what happens is they set fires, they break things, they don't get arrested. In fact, we render aid to them.
Yeah.
And so I understand. I would never let a person just sit there if they were truly injured. I'd call them, medical team. I'm just pointing out the difficulty here, and how do you stop someone from doing something dumb like trying to climb chase while they're screaming, "Get down!" And then he gets hurt, and we're like, "Who all saw that coming?"
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. I mean, treat them, but they should face the full consequences that are due to them legally. Like we should be arresting these people, of course. Don't let any of them off. the
Yeah,
hook.
but it's the prosecutors, and I'll tell you this,
yeah.
man. We've had a bunch of conversations in the past couple of weeks where I've been like, tax the rich. Not literally, but I'm just saying stop billionaires from influencing politics. And I get a lot of pushback, I get pushback for, I had Jack Murphy and Michael Malice, and they didn't agree with me on that one. But my issue is these district attorneys, they're getting put in office through the money of these ultra wealthy progressive billionaire types. Not all of them are progressives. I don't agree with any one of these billionaires just flooding the zone with money and shutting out the opinions of the actual people who live there. But when people are just swept up with hundreds of millions of dollars in propaganda, these DAs get elected. We know that, George Soros, for instance, was donating a lot to a lot of the district attorneys.
That's just a conspiracy theory, Tim. I don't know why you would
It's-
ever say
it's
George
also
Soros'
Steyer.
name. I want everyone to know that I like having a YouTube channel, and I denounce Tim right now. That's
That's right.
horrible.
But, so-
Don't you say anything about George Soros.
It's true. Well, I'll tell you this: it was the Mercers, the Koch brothers. It's George Soros. It's Bezos. It's Mackenzie Bezos. It is Tom Steyer, Michael Bloomberg. All of these ultra wealthy people dump money into politics, and one of the big things we saw was that I believe this is really funny. Like Fox News, I think Newt Gingrich was on. And he was like, George Soros' foundation was helping to get these district attorneys elected. And then Fox was like, we don't say that around here. And then people were like, that's a fact.
So
It's not even-
weird.
That's so funny to
but
me.
you apparently you can't even say the guy's name anymore. That's creepy. The point is, I don't like the billionaires. The millionaires and the billionaires doing this because then listen, these people do dumb things. They get arrested, and then the newly elected DA, who's very progressive, goes, "You're free to go.
That's crazy.
No charges."
It's crazy. There should
Yeah.
be some oversight.
You can't name Soros. If I had only read one single book in my entire life, I might compare him to Voldemort.
Oh, I see.
He was self-made, right? George Soros, didn't he come from
Well, look,
a lowly...
the left. Apparently, the only book they've ever read are Harry Potter.
That's true.
Here's
Great
the thing.
books,
All
by the
they
way.
ever reference are Harry Potter and The Handmaid's Tale, both of which are movies or exist in visual media. So it's like, I know you didn't even read them.
Yeah, you literally
You just
didn't read
watched the
book.
movie.
The
Yeah.
only literature they quote exists on television.
Did you guys
So,
ever
I
read
don't know.
Dune?
No,
Dune, you got to read it.
Oh,
aren't
I
they
wanna
making
watch
that? When's that new movie
It's coming
coming out?
soon.
I
Yeah.
don't know. They made a movie with Sting in the early 80s. And
Yeah,
then
I
they-
saw that one.
They made a made-for-TV movie
was-
with William Hurt, which was way
it
better.
was weird.
Yeah,
Not
the
good.
movie, the David Lynch movie was a little off.
Oh yeah, you told us to
awkward.
watch it, didn't you?
Not the David. Well, watch it for weirdness, but the made-for-TV movie is way better. But the book.
I heard the book was good. Yeah.
That was a
Why?
little
What's it
tangent.
about?
It's basically
It's about the spice.
this
Those
kid,
big worms.
these this king and his son, his family have to flee the planet, and they leave the planet and they go to this new planet that's a desert planet to harvest the spice. There's just like this galactic
spice
trade item, and there's like conflict over the spice, the political conflict.
I thought there was
And
going to be
there's
something
magic.
like analogous to, Antifa.
No, it's just such a great book that all these, I guess you
Just
call
an
them
aside.
leftists. And
Just an
Harry
aside,
Potter's
yeah.
great. Dune, read
Dune's
Dune. It is
better.
political. Maybe there's something to it.
These people just don't read books, man.
Well, this is my favorite thing. I saw this meme a while ago, and it was like comparing Trump and Harry Potter instead, just like troll lefties. It was very funny, but it was like favorably comparing Trump to Harry Potter, and people were spreading it around. I thought that was hilarious.
So who,
think it's
in that
either.
context, who's Voldemort?
Probably Hillary. Probably maybe Soros. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, come on, I'm not into Harry Potter.
I just-
what
I just-
are
I
we
just-
talking about? Like, I don't.
I love how, like, at this protest, they're holding up a big banner to solidarity. And I'm like, what is that?
What protest?
At the one where the guy climbs the wall and then falls and hurts himself.
Oh my gosh.
They're like holding a big banner to solidarity. And I'm like, do people like know what you're talking about?
For real,
what are you protesting?
the banking establishment is a problem, but painting black stuff on their windows isn't.
That's going to show them, Ian.
That'll show
That'll
yeah,
stop
right.
it.
Yeah,
That
are
won't
you
get the
serious?
cops to come out and crack down.
No, I can just imagine, the CEO, you got Jamie Dimon sitting in, I don't know if he's still CEO, whatever, probably. And then he looks on the TV, he looks out from the 100th floor of whatever building he's in, and he sees tiny little dots, and he goes, what are they doing? Is that black paint on my window? What have I done?
And then he goes, "Oh, push the button," and he hits a button, and the building is electrically charged, and the guy's electrocuted and falls off the building, and everyone just thinks he slipped.
What happened?
And then-
Oh my god.
That explains
I love
everything.
it. Yes.
Like when the guy tells the story about what happened, it's very dramatic. He's like in his
It's like all my muscles seized up at once.
in his version of it, he's super ripped, and he's like, and he's like 100 feet in the air, and then Jamie Dimon punches him in the face. You'll pay for this, Dimon. Ah.
Planes are flying by shooting at them. It's like, nah.
All right.
Anyway.
There are better ways to protest the banks.
Agreed.
Keep that in mind, guys.
Yeah, I've always
Well,
maintained like
Audit the Fed.
damaging a window does nothing to anybody but the people who have to clean it.
What is
Right.
this guy? Did you guys see this guy suing the Federal Reserve? Have you guys looked into that?
I
at
think
all?
he's going to win, Ian.
Think
I
so?
think he might. I think he might have
I
a
have my
case.
doubts.
The
Personally.
Federal
guys-
he's going to sue them for
listen.
everything they have, and they're just going to keep printing and
Did you-
printing and printing, and he's going to be the wealthiest person who ever lived.
Did you guys see Ryan Long's not Antifa window repair?
Yes, that was hysterical.
That was so
That was
good.
hysterical.
Genius.
Watch it.
Yeah.
So they have shirts that say "Not Antifa window repair," and he's like, "We like figured out a way to maximize profits while we're protesting." And they have Antifa shirts, and they take them off, and it's like "Not Antifa window repair." And he's like, "Basically, we go out, organize these protests, so everyone smashes the windows, and then we're right there to pick up the business."
Freaking brilliant.
And then they actually went into bodegas and like talked to them, like, "We'll fix your windows if they're if they get smashed out." Yeah, good stuff. Good comedy.
Yes.
Good
wonderful.
Ryan Long comedy.
He's
Yeah.
a genius.
Thanks for checking out this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. If you want to see the full show, come back to this channel, youtube.com/TimcastIRL, Monday through Friday at 8 p.m., where you can leave comments and super chat, and we actually will read your comments on the show. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and if you want exclusive members-only content, segments you can't get anywhere else, go to timcast.com, become a member, and we even have full bonus episodes. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.